All right, we're shifting focus, and this story has got to do with PV Sindhu. She is, in fact, meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. These are pictures on your screen right now coming from that meeting that has just taken place between PV Sindhu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is now back in the country. In fact, both of them came back yesterday. PV Sindhu also landed in New Delhi yesterday. She's being felicitated there by the Prime Minister. Remember, PV Sindhu is the first ever Indian badminton player to win the BWF World Championships. She returned to New Delhi to a rousing welcome. And what a moment there, Maria. She's being felicitated there by the Prime Minister. All right, PV Sindhu with Prime Minister Modi. Also, we can see Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju with her, who's also welcomed her back to the country. She is the first ever Indian badminton player to win the BWF World Championships. She's returned to India to a rousing welcome by fans, to authorities and to the press. She's also spoken to CNN News18, spoken about her struggle, spoken about how this win was very important for her after the losses in the year 2017. She's met Prime Minister Modi after her historic win. These are pictures that have been put out of PV Sindhu being felicitated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. She's there with the Prime Minister and with the Sports Minister as well, as you can see in those pictures. Maria is getting us more details on that. Maria, what a proud moment for PV Sindhu and, frankly speaking, for the entire country, really. What a win that was, and now she's being felicitated by the Prime Minister.
That's right, and even when she had won the silver, that time also, the Prime Minister had put out a special tweet, certainly encouraging sportsmen. And this has been a very special victory for PV Sindhu and for the country at large, because the Prime Minister then had tweeted as well. Senior BJP leaders and others across party lines had tweeted the fact that Sindhu crushed her opponent, winning the first game by a massive 14 points in itself, had sent a message that India, and particularly PV Sindhu, who had earlier won a silver, managed to win a gold in this victory. You know, and she had managed to defeat China's Chen Yufei. So certainly it was an important victory for her, and now the Indian shuttler being recognized and welcomed by the Prime Minister. This meeting is taking place. The Prime Minister is back from his G7 summit, and over the next few days, there has been a lot of effort that has been made, if I may just recall for you, Sneha, by this government to recognize and felicitate the sports spirit. That's the reason why the sports...
All right, we seem to have lost the line with Maria. We'll try and connect with her in a bit from now. But the story is about the Prime Minister meeting PV Sindhu, and he's felicitating PV Sindhu. Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju is also there. Remember, PV Sindhu is a world champion now. She's had that historic win at the BWF Championships, and she's being felicitated by the Prime Minister. She just returned to the country yesterday, and she's met the Prime Minister today. These pictures have been put out. We call her the Golden Girl. She is back home, and pictures on your screen right now are of her meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju is also there. She's arrived in the country yesterday. She's spoken about how this win was very important for her. This was a great moment for her, and she's proud to be an Indian, is what she has said. A proud moment indeed for the entire country. She's a world champion now after beating Japan's Nozomi Okuhara. She is now being felicitated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi after her historic and a very, very spectacular win, a victory there in the match in Switzerland. PV Sindhu, in fact, has also spoken to CNN News18 exclusively, spoken about how important this victory really was for her and how she was, remember, a two-time silver medalist, and this was an important win for her. She's really worked hard for it. In fact, she also went on to say that this required tremendous discipline. She was not even on her phone for 6 long months. This in a series of interviews that she has also given. Listen to what PV Sindhu has had to say about her victory.
Definitely, it didn't yet sunk in because, it's just been like 1-2 days and, we didn't get much time to celebrate because as soon as we finished the match and then I had to come back and then I had to leave early in the morning. So it's more of like a very happy moment. I'm very happy about it because I've been waiting for this win because much waited win and I finally did it because I had 2 bronze, again 2 silver. I missed it last year and before that. And finally, 2019 a gold. And I think it's a proud moment for me and as well for the country. When I was standing there on the podium, I just can't express that feeling because it's a lot more of emotion, I must say, because it's more of like, the flag flying high there and the national anthem being played. It's definitely a very proud moment for me. And I think this will give me a lot more confidence and give me a lot more boost to improve a lot more and win many more tournaments ahead. Today I came to Delhi and, the reception was really, really good. I would like to thank Sai and also BAI for their support. And I would like to thank Sports Minister Sir because he's been really very supportive all the time. And also the government because they've been doing everything and whenever we want anything, they were really very supportive and they are very encouraging all the time to all the sports people. So I would like to thank them once again.
All right, my colleague Vimal is joining us with the very latest on that. Vimal, what more details can you share with us about that meeting? It has just happened. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, as expected, because today is a big day. We have seen the world champ. Finally, she has been a world champion, and obviously she is elated to meet Prime Minister Mr. Modi. Obviously, we have seen Mr. Modi has always been very active on Twitter whenever some sports, or whether it's cricketers or our cricket team or any athlete does that international platform. So I think it's a great day, especially for PV Sindhu. She has gone on record that Mr. Modi is someone she idolizes, and I think this will give a great boost to the young talents in India. They can think of that if they achieve something on the field, they get a lot of opportunity. And Sindhu is already a huge brand in India. If you look at, apart from the top cricketers, the Kohlis and Dhonis, she's somebody who gets a huge endorsement deal across the advertising world. So I think this is a day she will rejoice after her great triumph in the World Championship.
Well, absolutely. She scripted history there, becoming the first Indian shuttler to win a gold at World Champions. But what next really, Vimal, for PV Sindhu?
I think the countdown has begun already. It's less than one year for the Olympics, and this is something which is missing in her CV. She came very close last time when she played in the Rio Olympic Games. She was almost on the verge of winning the gold and eventually lost and settled for the silver. And after this World Championship final, and if you go by her recent performance, there is one thing clear, that the bigger the stage, her performance gets better. So we can only hope that this is something which is missing, because apart from Abhinav Binda, no one has won the individual gold. So this is a great opportunity. She's in a great form, and if she is fit, if her hunger is same, then who knows? She might create the history next year in Japan.
Absolutely. And Vimal, talking about her victory in Switzerland, I mean, what a victory. She completely demolished her opponent there. It was a huge win. I'm talking about the victory margin here.
Yeah, definitely. 37 minutes against one of the opponents. She has been in past nemesis of Sindhu. So it took and it was such a one-sided, one of the most one-sided games among the top 2 players. So never seen. PV Sindhu has been a great player for the last, and she has achieved a lot of things. But this kind of performance, no one has seen that. She lost twice the World Cup final round. the victory, the special thing about the victory that it gives you a lesson that she can make a comeback. She's not somebody, once you lose a crucial match, you can, lost, thinking that whether I will be able to make a comeback. So this victory was special in the sense that obviously this was the first in many ways an Indian women player winning the World Championship final. But apart from that, the way she made the comeback after losing to the same opponent in the past, she has been one of the dominant players against Sindhu. So I think this is one of the sweetest, and she has admitted one of the sweetest victories of her career, and it gave a lot of boost for her preparation towards the Olympics.
Yes, also, Vimal, if you can share with us the details of this meeting which has taken place just a short while ago, pictures of which we are playing out right now. What did the Prime Minister tell her?
What we have been hearing from those who were there, that obviously these were just a formal meeting, and we are trying to get in touch with her father, and we will get more details. But obviously these are formal meetings. You can expect that Mr. Modi hailing her victory and how kind of inspirational figure she has become for the new generation. And I'm sure Sindhu must be delighted, because Mr. Modi is somebody she looks up to, she idolizes, and obviously Mr. Modi must have told her that the World Championship final is a big deal. But obviously for anyone, because Mr. Modi must have spoken like a fan, not as a prime minister.
Yes.
Like millions of us, he also wants Sindhu to win a Olympic gold medal, something
Absolutely,
which is missing
the pressure
in
clearly is on. Yeah, the pressure clearly is on. Vimal, be with us. In fact, we're playing out the reaction of a coach, Gopi Chand, who's just met the Prime Minister, and listening to what he's had to say.
I think over the last few years we've won bronze and silver, and the question mark was that when would we win the big elusive gold, and it's wonderful to have that. Going into the Olympic year with a win like this at the biggest tournament of the year is something which is really phenomenal. Not only is the victory and being the world champion, but the way in which she has done it is something which makes it such a pleasure.